Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. We start this session by offering our gratitude to the Sadguru and the Guru Parampara and Vasudeva Shri Krishna, from who's the source of the teaching, and to sage Vyasa, who has given it to the world. And Vyasa, it is said, is none other than the Rupa of Vishnu himself. So many energies, forces are bringing this teaching to us, and we need to offer gratitude and eternal gratitude to all these sages and forces. Okay, so we just finished the completed study of chapter 2 of the Gita, which is the most critical, most important chapter. However, Lord Krishna is very kind. He repeats the teaching over and over again over the next few chapters, next 16 chapters. So again in chapter 3, Krishna is telling us about the importance of karma yoga. Why should we do any karma at all? Why should we act? How should we act? What is the importance of not just doing an action, not just karma, but turning it into a yoga? That's the main thing. Okay? And the chapter 3 started with a dilemma of Arjuna. See, every chapter has a foundation, it has a context. Why does Krishna start talking about anything at all? The whole thing is the dilemma of Arjuna in the first place. In the middle of a battlefield, Arjuna is having a doubt whether I should go ahead with the war or not, and all these things. So that is how the context is set. And again in chapter 3, there's one more context, because Krishna has said everything that he has to say in chapter 2. Yet there is another chapter which is beginning. Why? What was the Dvandva of Arjuna which gave rise to chapter 3? Can anyone please pitch in with this? Most of us were there in that class when we discussed this, didn't we? Indra, Padmaja, were you there when we discussed why chapter 3, what is the doubt that Arjuna had in the beginning of chapter 3?
Yes, I was there, Kapunimaji, but I'm not sure.
No, please tell us. Indra.
Maybe he wanted to know why we should do the karma yoga.
Okay. He had a very specific dvandva. Anyone? Jayashri, you remember?
Yeah, ma'am. This is Deepa.
Yes, Deepa. Carry on.
He was asking when I can go with Jnana Yoga, why should I go with Karma Yoga? And he was saying that why should he fight against his cousins when he finds Jnana Yoga to be better?
Very correct. Yes. So that was the problem Arjuna expressed. He said, Krishna, you gave me all sorts of yogas in chapter 2. Dharma, you gave me bhakti yoga, you gave me karma yoga, you gave me so many things. And then finally you said, Jnana is the ultimate. Jnana is the thing. If you go into Jnana yoga, it's the ultimate path. So now he is asking, why should I do any karma? Why should you? That too, not some little karma like, do some japa, tapa or something. You are asking me to fight a bloody war, a horrific war. Why should I do such a ghora karma? Why can't I just go into and get the Brahma Jnana through, Jnana? I will do some tapas, I'll go to Himalayas and, I will do, I can get Jnana. That was the dilemma that Arjuna had, which is why Krishna gives the reasons why karma is very important before you launch into Jnana. So why the basic one-line answer, why is karma important before going into Jnana? Anyone want to pitch in? Why is karma yoga important? Why?
Jnana actually it will be difficult for us to follow when we are living in the materialistic world. And karma yoga would be easy.
Easy, madam. No, I beg
No,
you.
it helps us get rid of what to say, get rid of our desires.
Chittamala.
Yeah, right.
Karma yoga is important for chitta shuddhi, purification of the mind and body. So only when I am a clean instrument, if I don't have any blockages, then only the jnana will come into me easily. That is the whole idea. Okay. And so Megha has to go to school and she has a story to share with us. Yes, Megha, let us listen to the story for chapter 3.
Yes, ma'am. The story is on the spirit of Karma Yoga.
Great.
The ancestor of Lord Rama performs the Vishwajit sacrifice, which requires donating of all one's possession in charity. He performs the yajna with the thought that just as clouds gather water from the earth, not for the enjoyment, but to shower it back upon the earth, similarly, all he possessed as a king had been gathered from the public in taxes, not for his pleasure, but for the pleasure of God. So he decided to use his wealth to please God by serving his citizens with it. After the yajna, Raghu donated all his possessions to his citizens. Then, donning the rags of a beggar and holding an earthen pot, he went out to beg for his meal. While resting under a tree, he heard a group of people discussing, our king is so benevolent. He has given away everything in charity. Raghu was pained on hearing his praise and spoke out. What are you discussing? They answered, we are praising our king. There is nobody in the world as charitable as him. Raghu retorted, do not ever say that again. Raghu has given nothing, they said. What kind of a person you are you? You are criticizing our king. Everyone knows that the king has donated everything he owned. Raghu replied, go and ask your king that when he came into this world, did he possess anything? He was born empty-handed, is it not? Then what was his that he has given away? This is the spirit of Karma Yoga, in which we see the whole world belonging to God. We then perform our duties not for gratifying our mind and senses, but for the pleasures of God. That's it, ma'am.
Everything you have said in this story, Megha. Complete chapter 3. Thank you so much. Very nice. Anyone wants to comment on that? On the story? Excuse me. You please interact with Megha. I'll be back.
Nice, Megha. I loved it. Loved your narration.
Very beautiful,
Hats
Megha.
off.
Very nice story.
Thank you.
It was. What is the moral of the story?
The moral is we have the we should see all the surroundings. Actually, in Karma Yoga, we see all the surroundings belonging to God, and we perform our duties not for our pleasures of mind, but for pleasure of God.
Nice. Very nice. Super.
Megha. Very good. Bless you. So are you doing that in your life? I mean, how are you able to implement a little of it in your life, Megha?
I'm trying to actually.
How, in what ways?
Actually, I'm trying to. Yesterday a girl had come. I tried to give my toys and also stuff to her. When
Wow. How nice. So
She's
beautiful.
doing it by telling us stories. That itself is the
That
Karma
is
Yoga
also
she's
there.
doing for us.
Hmm.
Very sweet of Megha. Thank you so much, Megha.
Thank you so much, really.
Thank you.
So there are so many things about this yajna. Just to recall what we chanted in the previous class, shall we chant that shloka again? And then go to the next one?
Sure.
Share screen. Okay. This is the shloka we chanted. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Right? Work must be done as an yajna, as an offering to existence or Ishvara. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, for the satisfaction of God, perform your prescribed duties without being attached to the results. So, there's so many things. I don't know where to start, where to anyone. So many things about this yajna. So, in the next few shlokas, Krishna actually says, the one who doesn't do karma in the bhava of yajna, he's actually a thief. That's very harsh. He says, the one who does things only for his benefit. If I do things only for my benefit without caring for the rest of the world around me, I'm actually a thief. Because is there anything I can do all by myself? Any little thing? Our Prabhuji gives the example of how do you make coffee? It's a very famous example. No? Can anybody share that? How do I make coffee example? All of us, most of us have heard of it, Alva.
Ama, we have heard it.
Hedi. Coffee example. How do I make coffee?
Without
Well-
putting sugar.
You put sugar, okay. Where did the sugar come from?
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane. How did the sugar cane grow?
Farmers grew it
How did the farmer grow it?
by sowing its seed.
Correct. So how did the seed sprout?
Because of God.
God means specifically what? Which God?
Rain
Rain.
god.
Because of
Rain.
rain.
Rain
Rain,
God.
rain.
Rain God. So without any of this, would I be able to make coffee? And also you need what else you need for coffee? You need milk.
Agni.
Agni, you need Agni, you need the milk which came from the cow. How did the milk get into the cow? None of it is my doing at all. Except I just went and put all the ingredients together. Even for that, where did I get the energy to get up, to lift my hand? Where did I get the intelligence to, to put all the things together? Everything is a gift from God. No mega, isn't it?
Yes, Purnimaji.
Do on my own. Nothing I can do on my own. In fact, each and every living being from the smallest single-celled animal is what? Which is the smallest single-celled animal? Do you know, Mega?
Large.
Amoeba. Have you heard of amoeba? Even
No.
the little single-celled animal gets intelligence from the universe, from God. To the most complex operations that happen in the universe, the planets going around the sun, I mean, so many things in the galaxies and all that, everything is the intelligence of Ishvara, of Paramatma, isn't it? That is why when I don't have anything to claim on of that is my own, how can I say I did this, I did that, and enjoy it all by myself? Eat a chocolate quietly by myself and happy. It was very nice. See, unless you share it with someone, you don't get that pleasure also, isn't it? See, when you give your dolls to your friends, you feel so happy, no? Okay. So the spirit of sharing is very important. And the next, we will just do the next shloka, which is a follow-up of this, and then we can discuss the whole thing all over again, because it's a very, very important shloka about yajna. Yes, all of us can chant one by one. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajnah karma samudbhavaha. Yes, we can go one by one.
Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadhanna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyaha yajna karma samudbhavaha.
Very good.
Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavaha yagnad bhavati parjanyo yagnaha karma samudbhavaha.
Good.
Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaha yajnat bhavati parjanyaha yajna karma samudbhavaha.
Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavaha.
Annad bhavati bhutani parjanya anna samudbhavaha yajna bhutani parjanyo yajna karma sambhavaha.
Okay.
Annad bhavati bhutani
पर्जन्यादन्न संभवः यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः
अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न सम्भवः यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञकर्म समुद्भवः
Good.
अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न सम्भवः यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञकर्म समुद्भवः
Suma, you want to try?
I did already, but I can tell
You did.
once
Okay,
again.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me just tell once again. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaha yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavaha.
Excellent. Okay. Padja, did you go? Yeah.
अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न सम्भवः यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः
Okay. So all living beings subsist on food. No brainer. We know that. And food is produced by rains. Again, a no-brainer. Rains come from the performance of sacrifice. This is what we need to get. And sacrifice is produced by the performance of prescribed duties. So we all know that any living being, down from the smallest to the highest most evolved being, the human being, the Annamaya Kosha is most, that's the gross body. Without the gross body, one can't do anything, right? So the gross body is called the Annamaya Kosha. Anna, it is the food that we eat that subsists the gross body. Very, very, very important. So that's the starting point of all sorts of karma, because I have a body and that body is made up of food. And the food is produced by rains. I mean, very generic, very, very general statement. The food is produced by rains. That means a whole lot of, systems have to get into place for food to be grown. And then how does the rain come? It comes from the performance of sacrifice. What kind of sacrifice? Here, yajna. In this chapter, yajna is equivalent to karma. Krishna is using the word yajna in the same sense as karma. See what the masters, the spiritual masters and enlightened people say is that why are all these droughts or floods or all sorts of natural calamities happen? Why are they happening? Because people are not doing their prescribed duties. That is the main reason for all the upsets in the environment, the ecological balance, the climate change, the changing patterns of the rains and all this. Why is it happening? It is not just a jada. It is not just a phenomenon of, insentient things. It is very much connected to the way the beings on earth conduct themselves, it is very hard for the, to grasp this, but everything is energy, everything is connected. And all these forces of nature, they are also nothing but energy. I myself, I am nothing but energy. How can I be separate from whatever is happening around me? Or how can the phenomena around me be exclusive of how I behave? It's a very limited way of thinking if I think that, it's okay, something is happening because some global warming is happening, some shift is happening. Why? It's because of the collective behavior of all the living beings on earth is what Krishna is telling us here. Because we are not doing the karmas in the way they are supposed to be done. What is the karma? The sacrifice, the karma, the yajna. It is produced by the performance of prescribed duties. What are my prescribed duties? One more question. So every little phrase is followed up by a question here. What is my prescribed duty? So who is going to share understanding on this shloka today? Do we have anyone? Or what? Anyone wants to say anything about this shloka? How our prescribed duties are connected to the way the universe conducts itself?
When we do Somayaga, it helps, right? That whatever materials used in that, it's proven also scientifically. It gives back rain. So like the so many yogas, even now Brahmins, mainly Brahmins, with the help of Yajamana, they're doing it, and we contribute what we can, right? All those who are interested in that yajna, and only I personally believe that since these things are still happening, we are getting rain. And even in Tirupati, Tirumala, every day yajna is happening, no matter what. So that is what selfless, what to say, selfless mind of those Brahmins. We have to recognize their, they wake up at 3 a.m., maybe 2 a.m., at 3 itself, they open all those. And such a divine thing is seen in our nation, Bharat especially. And we are so blessed. We are so blessed. Even all over the world also we have Hare Krishna, like the ISKCON temples, and there too. We should not say restricted to just India. We can elsewhere, like all over the world. People are doing it. And
okay,
yes,
you're talking only about one sort of yajna. There are Pancha Maha Yajnas, no Vinaya?
Okay. Bhuta Yajna, Pitru Yajna, all those things, ma'am.
Everything is a yajna. It's not just sitting in front of the homa and doing havis. That is one very, very important yajna. Of course, it is called the Deva Yajna. So there are 5 kinds of yajnas that are prescribed by the Vedas, prescribed for the human being, isn't it?
Nitya Naimittika. Those things.
All that is there. And the Pancha Maha Yajnas, it is everyone, so many, all the social service activities are part of the Pancha Maha Yajna. Hospitals, anath ashramas, orphanages, everything. And people who rush to people, in the times of calamity, when you rush to help, during COVID, you give food to a person who is quarantined. That is also a yajna, isn't it? So Pancha Maha Yajnas, quickly, can we recall for the sake of others?
And apart from that, what we are having now.
Yajna Kunda.
Heli, Shaila, yeah.
When we take individually, our body is a Yajna Kunda. So I perform yajnas like Deva Yajna, Rushi Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna.
Yes.
So all these Pancha Yajnas are done like in the name of the God. That I am not doing, I am not the doer. I am non-doership.
Correct. Very correct.
When we take food also, we do arpana, like Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Haver, Brahma Gnau, Brahmana Hutau, Brahma Evana Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. So when we offer it to Brahma, so we are being protected, like this body is being protected to do the yajnas.
Correct. Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina, which is recognizing that everything is Brahman only. There is nothing apart from Brahman. The Yajna Kunda is Brahman, the Havis is Brahman, the Prasada is Brahman, the one who is taking it is Brahman. That is the ultimate jnana. Very nice. Okay. Anything else?
A doubt.
Yeah.
Do all yajnas give the power to God?
No. We are getting power from God. No. Yeah. See, when our intention should go to God, then only God will bless. Okay. That is why we have all these Shanti mantras, like Swasti Prajabhyam Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah. We pray to God, let everyone be happy. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. No, every time when we close the session, we say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. That's an intention. No, Megha, that intention is very important. So God will give, but unless I ask, He will not give. Unless my intention, He will not give Allah, it will not come to me in a proper manner. So my intention has to be made very, very clear to God at every point of time. When I say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, and all of us here in this session, when we all pray Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu with a very pure heart, God will listen. That is a yajna. That is a karma which is done for the Jagat Hita. And so God will say, okay, there are good people on this earth who are doing yajna. So let me bless. Like that. So God will, you are right actually. We get power from God and God will also get power from us, from our prayers, from our sincere karmas. Very correct. All the yajnas, Pitru yajna. What is Pitru yajna? Somebody please share for Megha. What is Pitru yajna?
Ancestors, whatever we offer to ancestors in the form of rice, boiled rice and til.
That is only not just those Pitrus.
Taking care of our parents in their old age, taking care of their needs when they are alive. That is Pitru Yajna.
Correct.
All
Correct.
their needs, making them emotionally, physically happy,
correct,
comfortable in our houses in their old age, even otherwise, even in childhood, giving respect to the parents,
Correct.
listening to their advice is Pitru Yajna.
Yes. You got that, Megha?
Taking care of senior citizens too.
Senior citizens. All
okay. Till now, I was thinking that Pitru Yajna means only those offerings.
No, that is why we should do this class and we'll get all the doubts clarified.
Yes.
Pitru
And
Yajna, everyone is
what you said, that one Shailam Bhagni told na Brahmarpanam. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritah Pranapana Samayukta Pachamanyam Chaturvedam. I'm getting that one. As a Vaishwanara, he is inside our stomach in the form of HCl acid, right?
correct.
Scientifically.
As the Vaishwanara, Praninam Deham Ashritaha. Krishna is in everyone as the Jataragni, who is Pachan Chaturvidham Annam, I am digesting, he says. No? I am sure all of us know that shloka. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashtritaha Pranapana Samayukta Pasanyannam Chaturvidham. That means the Pancha Pranas, he is taking care of all the functions of the body by the anna we eat. And the Jataragni comes from Krishna, Vaishwanara. So, even this tea I am drinking, it is an offering to the Vaishwanara.
Yes.
If he does not cooperate, I'm going to throw up the next minute.
So, ma'am, it's not a sin when we drink some water on Ekadashi day. We are giving something to Vaishwanara. I think like that.
The Yajna Bhava, you do anything, nothing is a sin. Okay? It's
Without
all
attachment, we are having it, right? Like desire.
Yeah. So, Indra, Nirmala, you wanted to say something.
Ma'am, I would like to know about this Jataragni. So, Jataragni is HCl acid, as we study in biology classes. HCl actually helps in the digestion, right? So, correct. I should say Jataragni is HCl acid, not Vaishwanara, right? Vaishwanara is our Lord Krishna.
Vinaya, all these things are not just insentient chemical processes in the body. You can explain them as chemical processes, but Where does the energy come from? Will the dead body also has does the dead body have Jataragni?
Really?
Because if you cut up the body, it will have all the minerals and the chemicals and whatnot. Everything will be in the body.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it functioning? What makes it alive? That prana.
Okay.
Where does that prana come from? How do you know when the prana will come and when the prana will go? Are we in control of that?
No.
And even though, you can explain with some terminologies, the processes of the body, but who is activating it? How? Is there, science can cut up the body all it wants, but it can never explain from where this all this how they are activated. There is no science which can explain consciousness. It is called the hard problem of consciousness in scientific circles in the West. They're doing a lot of research whether consciousness is a part of the brain activity or what. They just cannot wrap their minds around the fact that brain is also a part of consciousness. Without consciousness, there is no brain also. When your brain dead, what can you do? So the brain is not the one which is producing consciousness, is it? We know better in the Vedanta class. Yeah.
Our energy body. Yes.
Adepa, that's what the whole Vedanta, our whole system explains how the gross matter is pervaded by subtle matter, and everything is matter, but everything that the thing that activates all the matter is consciousness. That's the whole thing. No.
Nowadays, even science, they're telling they could not explain about consciousness, and they say it is a God particle nowadays.
Correct. It's the God particle. They don't know from where the first particle came from. Yes, Nirmala?
In quantum physics, it's a God particle, they say. What is Atma?
What is Atma?
Kaschit Swayam Jyotihi Aham Pratyaya Alambana Avastatraya Sakshi San Panchakosha Vilakshanaha. There is something inside my body. Asti Kaschit Swayam Jyotihi. Apne aap. Automatically it is lighting up. Aham Pratyaya Alambana. All the time it is going on saying Aham, I. Avastatraya Sakshi Sanna. Even in the 3 avastas. When you're awake, when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping, it is there as a Sakshi, as a witness. Avastatraya Sakshi Sanna. Panchakosha Vilakshanaha. It is beyond the Panchakosha. Panchakosha is Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. It is beyond that.
Yes.
Beyond that means what? Beyond that, somebody is sitting inside and saying, no, you're not Annamaya Kosha. No, you're not Pranamaya Kosha. You're not Manomaya Kosha. You're not Vijnanamaya Kosha. You're not Anandamaya Kosha. Somebody inside is saying, no, that person is the one.
Yes. And it's not a person.
It is not a person.
And it's common to all.
It is common to
everyone who says I. It's common to every being which has the I feeling of
just
awareness.
Just how the earth, there is a change in earth. There is water, it moves. There is fire, which burns and moves. Wind blows and moves too. But look at the Akasha. Does it move? No, it is all pervading.
On the screen of Akasha, everything is happening.
On the screen. So like that, but the Atma is more, it's more all pervading than the sky.
Akasha.
It's more subtle. So It is so all-pervading that movement doesn't happen anywhere in the Atma. It is so dense everywhere in everything.
Yes. There's nowhere to go because it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Correct. Right.
So that is the base on which everything is happening.
Yeah.
That is the screen. If there is no screen, there will be no movie. But on the screen, you see romantic movie, you see comedy, you see thriller, you see ghost movie, you see so many things. But nothing happens to that screen. There is bloodshed. Nothing happens to the screen. It is there.
Correct.
It's just
yeah. So this is exactly what comes in the next shloka, which is not a selected shloka, but it's connected to this Annad Bhavanti shloka, Bhutani, 3.15 and 3.16. When we read them together, that whole Yagna Bhava will can come together very beautifully. So 3.15 says, Karma Brahmodbhavam Vidhi. Karma Brahmodbhavam Vidhi. Brahmakshara Samudbhavam. Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. Nityam Yagne Pratishtitam. The duties for the human beings are described in the Vedas. And the Vedas are manifested by God Himself. Therefore, the all-pervading Lord is eternally present in acts of sacrifice. So, Annad Bhavanti Bhutani, we saw that. So, the gross body is made up of Anna, which comes from the rains, and the rains come from Yajna, the karmas that we do with the sincerity, and therefore, but why should I have a gross body at all? And why am I existent? What is the purpose of my life is being told in this shloka. What is my duty? The duties for human beings are described in the Vedas. To understand what is in the Vedas, I have to do yajna so that my body is fit and fine, and I should go to the Vedas and find out. And the Vedas are manifested by God because they are called as Smriti, Shrutis. Vedas are nothing but the divinations given by God Himself to the enlightened masters.
It is Aparushayam.
Apaurushayam.
That is, it is not from any humans.
So they are manifested by God Himself, the Vedas. Okay. Therefore, the all-pervading Lord is eternally present in acts of sacrifice. So it is connecting each and everything finally to how God is all-pervasive. And it is our duty to manifest that God and each and every activity of ours. Swami Vivekananda has said, the purpose of life is to manifest the divinity within. It is not just going about like a robot, eating, sleeping, drinking, doing my own stuff, indulging myself, indulging my desires, doing just only for me, my family. It's enough. No. The divinity means what is God? God is all compassionate, all loving, all powerful, all loving and compassionate. He will say He'll take care of, He is a mother. God takes care of everyone. So, if I am that God, I have to manifest the divinity within. No, I also have to start behaving. Fake it till you make it. I also start behaving like God, in the sense that I am also loving and compassionate to everyone around me. That is why it is very vague to say how to be compassionate to everyone around me. That is why the Vedas have prescribed the Pancha Yajnas. You do these things in your life. They are right there in front of you. You do Deva Yajna, whatever little sacrifice or homas that we do, like Vinaya said, if I cannot do myself, there are plenty of organizations which are doing. They are propitiating the energies of the Varuna Deva, the Indra Deva, all those, the Panchabhuta Devas are being propitiated, by which the whole ecosystem is sustained. Then we have the Manusha Yajna. We take care of compassionate to other human beings by whatever way we can. We can do Manusha Yajna. And then Pitru Yajna, we already discussed. In Pitru Yajna comes how the Pitrus can also do Yajna. As grandparents, as elders in a family, always the wisdom has to flow from the top to the bottom. That is also the Pitrus also not just receiving. They also have to give. Till the last breath, you go on giving. Do the yajna. The wisdom, what we have received, we have to share it with the youngsters in the family. That is why, that the nuclear family has now become a little of a problematic thing. There is nobody to tell the youngsters what to do, what not to do. Whatever little we know, we can pass it on to the youngsters. No, now at least some YouTube and all is replacing all these things, which is fine. And then Pitru Yajna, Manusha Yajna, Deva Yajna, Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna is taking care of the animals, plants and animals around us who are, who need. We cannot abuse the bhutas. We cannot abuse the plants and animals and the environment around us. Huge ecosystem problem. There is one example in South Africa, in some forest. For some reason, they went on cutting one particular species of tree. Okay. When that happened, strangely, a species of fox began to die. Fox. What connection between the tree and the fox? We don't know. We cannot explain like that, but there is a connection. They're all connected. And when that species of fox began to die, one species of insect began to flourish. And that caused a whole lot of health problems for the people, human beings in that area. So sometimes I used to think earlier, what role does a little mosquito have except biting you and causing dengue? What role does a mosquito have in this universe? It must have some purpose must be there. Just because I don't know, I cannot dismiss the little mosquito. Everything in God's universe has its role, has a part to play. It is because it is part of a yajna. Universal yajna is happening. Mosquito is helplessly part of that universal yajna. Even when I swat a mosquito is a part of that universal yajna. It's part of the food chain somewhere. I am the only one who doesn't. The human being is the only one who doesn't understand that he is part of the yajna. And therefore, I abuse. Yes, Nirmala?
There is a big, huge bell kept in the temple. And each time a person goes in, he hits and it makes a very big sound.
Vella.
Bell. Temple bell.
Temple bell.
Do you know why it is there?
Vibrations, number one. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It causes a beautiful, sound and the vibrations. Probably those vibrations are affecting something somewhere. You tell us, Nirmala.
The thing is, when many people come to a particular place, the germ, this thing goes up. And when you hit the bell, there are certain species. For them, this sound is too heavy.
Yeah.
They die off.
Yes.
So,
sanitization process.
Everything is so minutely stitched up. We don't understand the reasons.
Yes. When we do the ritualistic puja at home also, the first shloka we do is we take the bell and we say, Agamarthantu devanam gamanathantu rakshasam kurve gantaravam tatra devatah manalanchanam. You ring the bell and say, let all the evil forces, negative forces go away and all the positive forces come in. See, like you said, probably that Gantanada is destroying some unknown things that are around me. Yeah.
And from the yajna, when you get a prasadam, it is a very small quantity which is consumed by all of us. Correct. The rest are just thrown into the earth.
Correct. All the
Panchamrita. In India, the food and the vegetables and the fruits are much more tastier than any other country. Watch out. Because of that, energy which has been given by that yajna. The earth is,
Yes.
fully nourished.
Nourished.
And
By the
what it gives
sanctified.
out is the best fruits and best vegetables, tasty ones.
Correct.
Oh, the yajna, the prasadam has been wasted, you think.
Yeah.
But we are nourishing the earth.
We are nourishing the earth. Yeah.
So like this is small things are happening.
Many people have a problem with this, during that Mahamastakabhisheka of this Gomateshwara, every 13 years they do that huge Gomateshwara statue. They do all the Panchamrita Snana, buckets and liters of milk and curd and ghee. Everything is poured on this stone. Apparently, people who think it's a stone, for them, they say, why are they wasting so much material? So many homeless people could have been fed by this. That is also happening, Baba. See, they are not mutually exclusive. Just because you are pouring bucket on Gomteshwara does not mean you should, the homeless are going, without milk. No, everything is happening. Like she said, nourishing the earth also. Nourishing the earth.
And the fire, that the ghee that they pour on the fire, when it goes to the this thing, sky, believe it or not, it stitches up all the ozone, breaks.
Correct. Holes in
holes. They stitch it up, it seems.
Naturally.
They are so powerful. We don't know most of the meanings. we don't teach our children, so we are unaware.
We cannot teach. Now that fortunately we are getting to know a little of these things, so we should be able to give an intelligent answer when children ask us what's happening, why are we doing all this? Everything is connected.
Even there is a scientific reason for keeping a bindi, piercing nose, and wearing bangles. And also in villages, previously they used to this ragi bista idru. So while doing that, they bend nose so that uterus it becomes strong. That is the reason they used to do that.
See,
and the silver toe ring you wear, it is you are not allowed to wear gold there.
Correct.
The silver has only the power to strengthen your uterus, it seems. It gets the energy from the earth and it strengthens the uterus.
See,
all this is, and the bangles they make you wear for when you are pregnant, it seems that giggle sound is activating something in the fetus.
And also there is a uterus point in the wrist, that is why they wear inge sanni balegal hakoತಾರೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳ ಕಡೆ, so that it activates the uterus. Uterus activate ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ they'll wear that.
So much wisdom, native
even
wisdom
even in the nose, earrings, ear is full of our body. Full body points are there in both your ears.
Are there. Correct. In the feet also, so many things.
So many things, if you go on knowing, then you will, wow, I never knew. Oh, is that so?
Yes.
I never knew. If you had told me, I would have followed it. That's what you will say.
Yes. Correct. So 3.16 is the conclusion of this yagna cycle, which is establishing the point you just made, Nirmala. It says, Evam pravartitam chakram. It's a cycle. Na anuvartayati hayaha aghayurindriya ramo mogham partha sajivati. Very, very harsh words from Krishna. He says, O Partha, those who do not accept their responsibility in the cycle of sacrifice or yajna established by the Vedas, they are sinful. Why? Because they live only for the delight of their senses, and indeed their lives are in vain. Scary. To say the least, it's very scary. Put the fear of God.
No, there is plenty in this world. There is plenty for everyone in this world, but it is the greed of man. Which there are some people who are hoarders. The hoarders. That is the reason why the others have to go hungry.
Yes. Yeah, that's the imbalance created in society.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first we are selfish.
That is why Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati, I will come and do, see that the balance is restored. How? In the form of this jnana. So that the few of us who are at least involved in this jnana yajna can restore the balance at some level, at our little own levels, we can restore dharma. No?
And even do japa yajna with Mahamantra, Hare Krishna.
Yes, ma'am. That is called as Rishi Yajna. Yes. But what are you doing, for what purpose? That is important. Are you doing for your own benefit, which is fine, which is perfectly all right. But the sankalpa should be for lokahita also.
No, the first you start, you are selfish.
Yes.
Then slowly you say, oh no, I should do
Extend
for
it.
others also.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a karma yoga.
It becomes a yajna, sacrifice.
Yajna, sacrifice.
What is
You
the
start
meaning? What is the literal meaning of sacrifice? Giving up.
giving up, tyaga.
Tyajati iti. Yeah.
Yeah. What
Tyaga.
is the literal meaning of Gita? Go on saying it, I will tell you. Tyagi. One who gives up.
Tyaga.
So what am I
Tyaga.
giving up? I am giving up the fruits of the fruits of my action.
And
I
giving up that
dedicate even
selfishness.
selfishness I give up, and whatever fruits become, I take it as prasada. Thank you, God. Prasadam adhigacchati. So that prasada, when I do, Krishna says, when you do anything with the yajna bhava, anything will become a prasada. Anything, even the very little thing you do and you receive as with the yajna bhava, that prasada is protecting. It's a protective force, and all the karmas are destroyed if it's taken as a prasada. He says, yes, Nirmala.
It's very important that you have the right attitude. That is the final. Anything you do, do it with a correct attitude. If you do even little, do it with a correct attitude. That will be sattvic.
What is the correct attitude? Specify.
Specify is not being selfish, not expecting anything from others, doing for the good of others.
Yes.
Anybody who needs it, you help them. It is not because I have money, I will go and dump it on somebody. It is not you dump it on somebody and say, see, I'm doing so much dana. They say, I don't want. No, I am doing dana. That is not what. Somebody who wants something, that you give.
Yeah.
Nishkamya karma.
Nishkama karma. Correct. Nishkama karma.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So that is yajna. That will become yajna. And the most important point is when you do something with this yajna bhava and you accept the results, whatever. I do some pitru yajna, I do some bhuta yajna, I feed a dog, and definitely the results will come back in the form of, your life being smoother, your wishes being fulfilled. Accept that as a prasada from the God, from the universe.
Most of the things which you do have a adrishta phala.
Adrishta phala.
You can't see it.
You can't see
it.
Drishta and adrishta. Correct.
Yeah. The drishta means whatever, okay, today I give you this, you get something back. That is drishta phala. But there are many things are adrishta phala.
Adrishta phalas.
For adding on to your bank account.
Yes, credit.
It will come with you for your janmas together.
Janma together, it will come with you. Yeah.
And you don't know when they will fructify.
Yes.
And this adrishta phala is what has fructified, and I am in this class.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Agreed. Correct.
Well said, ma.
Correct. Yes.
Perfect.
True.
Lord's grace. What
Yeah,
us near Imam Bhagini and made us Purna. Purnavada.
Okay. So prasada, don't take anything for granted. Don't say, I deserve this, I got my dues. No, you don't deserve a bloody thing. Whatever has come is very much your God's grace. That's all. That
And
is
we
what we have to do. That's it. Nothing more.
this we become fearless that I'm doing the right thing morally.
Finally, the idea is to drop that I only completely. I am doing this, I am doing that also has to be dropped.
Very difficult part.
Very difficult. Very difficult. So let us go with these little things. I do things with with my to the best of my ability, and then I accept life with gratitude. These little things we can do. No, Vinaya? Gratitude.
Yes,
Whatever is on my plate, thank you, God. Whatever it is.
Gratitude and right
According to me,
attitude.
it might be bad, but thank you.
But
And-
right attitude.
Attitude.
And we can easily forgive everyone also with this
You
attitude.
hope everyone else forgives me also. No, that is also there. Yeah. See, it's you're too much going into I, Vinaya.
Oh,
I should
that-
do this. I should do that. It is the it's
to practice. Oh no, now
Yeah.
also
I should. Everyone should forgive me. No, I should forgive everyone. No, everyone should forgive me. Kshamasva, Parameshwara. See, in all our mantras and shlokas, everything goes back to God. Whatever I'm doing, kaya, vacha, manasa, give it to God and say, forgive me for the sins that I have committed with or without my knowledge. Forget about the others, forget about the world. You take care of yourself, how you are behaving. Nah?
First, I should forgive myself, ma. First.
I should forgive myself. Okay. That's
daily
what,
we
see, all this is very difficult. So you tell God, you please forgive me for whatever I have done. That's it. every ritual is concluded with that. You know, you put some water and with akshata and you leave it. You say, please forgive me. So many doshas are there in my puja, in my yajna, in my sacrifice, in my behavior. All that you please forgive me. And then
Forgive and say, no, mama, no, mama, not me, not me.
not me. Yes. Na mama, na mama. So yeah, with all this awareness, when I start doing stuff, things will fall into place. Yeah.
And also we should thank everything, ma, for each and everything, whatever we get in our daily life. We should keep thanking.
Yes.
Gratitude.
Yes.
And one more thing, Purnimaji.
Ah.
Vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana va prakte swabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayati samarpayami.
Me, see,
Absolutely.
so beautiful.
That's the one.
Yeah.
and finally, nanu nanembudu nanalla.
That's the ultimate mantra. So let's chant that ultimate mantra and let's close for the day. Nanu nanembudu nanalla ideha manabuddhi nanalla Satchidanandatma Shivananu Nane Shivoham 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 Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you, ma. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you all. Thank you, Nit.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Purnima.
Purnima.
Thank you for the precious class.
Thank you, Purnima.
Thank you, Pa. Thank you all.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Very nice.